Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all of you. So hopefully everybody have taken the lunch, huh? And who did not taken the lunch? Okay, so I think that we have to start this session because it's already 5 minutes late. So we have the second keynote speaker for this session, Prof. Fahad Nasser. He is going to talk on the title Palm Tree Residue, Raw Material of Tomorrow, means how that can be go. So there is a brief introductions about the Prof. Fahad. Prof. Fahad is basically an environmental engineering professor at the Department of Agriculture Engineering at King Saud University. He was the Vice Dean of the College of Food and Agriculture Science for Educational Affairs, as well as being the head of Agriculture Engineering Department Council, chair of the KSU Award of Scientific Excellence for Best Translated Book, and Prof. Fahad research interest include transformations of palm tree residue into compost, mulch, animal beddings, animal feed, soilless and mushroom growth media. He was the principal investigator of palm tree residue utilization project funded by SABIC in Diriyah province. Currently, he is a member of Applied Research and Studies project in soilless agriculture. He is the vice president of Saudi Society of Agriculture Science. He is also the member of American Society of Agriculture and Biological Engineering. Beside that, he is also the member of Canadian Society for Bioengineering and Saudi Society for Organic Agriculture. In addition, Prof. Fahad has published more than 40 peer-reviewed journal papers within his interest area. So I call the Prof. Fahad to come on the stage to give the keynote talk on palm tree residue, raw material of tomorrow. Where is the change? Excuse me. Let's try both. Assalamu alaikum. Masakum Allah bil khair. Welcome everybody. Welcome in Saudi Arabia. All the guests, I appreciate your attendance. My name is Fahad Alkoaik, a professor at the Agricultural Engineering Department, KSU. I'm happy today to take you to a real experiment in a field done last year with palm tree residues. My presentation title will be The Raw Material of Tomorrow. So we will give a small introduction and the research problem, some talks about the animal feed, the project collaboration agreements, the feed ingredient selections, and some preliminary experimentations, and then we will go to a field work, our result, and our final and conclusion and recommendation. It will be very smooth and quick journey, inshallah.
So, as everybody else before stated, that palm tree is probably the most ancient planted tree cultivated in the world. It's been reported that it was 4000 BC. Following the harvesting fruit, usually during the fall season, and dry residues will have to be removed. An adult date palm tree contains approximately 100 to 125 green leaves, with an annual formation of 10 to 20 new leaves. Palm tree cultivation in Saudi Arabia in a special important not only for food but also it linked with custom, tradition, and social value, as explained before, which pass down generations. You find it in homes, in farms, in streets, in gardens of Saudi Arabia, devoid of all purposes. And that's why it is considered a symbol of our country. الأخضر أيوه بطارية ولا شيء طيب جزاك الله خير. So we can continue a little. Each tree, each year, leaves become dry, and the removal is required. As we say, annual production of a single tree would range from 20 to 40, or to be accurate, 35 kg from each tree annually. The palm tree sector, therefore, in Saudi Arabia generates almost 1 million tons, since we have 34. The last report is we have over 34 millions of date palm trees. So a huge amount of biomass annually. It is considered, or it must be used as a raw material for different industry. In addition, there is also a 25% of dates, the fruit is wasted also, because it's of low quality or not collected. Date pits considered to be also 10% of the date produce. High lignin content of the palm residues may be the most limiting factor of utilizing these waste as an animal feedstuff. Therefore, the lignification can improve its potential. Also, protein content is very low, and it's comparable to the medium protein material such as wheat bran, and also it can be improved. So palm tree waste can be a potential feed ingredient for ruminant animals and not for unless potential. Okay. Inshallah. So concern for ecology has sparked a new tendency toward the use of environmentally friendly material in the world. The incorporation of palm tree residues is another eco-friendly agricultural practice that has high potential. Fronds or leaves, unconsumable fruit, pits or stones are generated annually after the harvesting of the fruit. Date palm leaves are the most produced residues. So, in addition of lignocellulosic material, these residues contain many minerals. So we cannot compare them to a wood shaping or any other wood. They have magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, iron, etc. Those are important for animals. So what can we do? We hear many utilizations. Several environmentally friendly strategies have been implemented to prepare the bio-based material from palm waste that can be used in different domains, such as, and not limited to, there are many uses, but animal feed is probably or actually the main product in our project. Compost, vermicompost, there is a need. Soilless media, we hear this, and we have ongoing project now with the MEWA, Ministry of Environment in Al Kharj area, to develop a soilless media from date palm residues. Energy pellets, maybe not familiar here in Saudi Arabia, but in Europe and North America is very popular, and it can be done here also. MDF, particle board, wood plastic is as an industry found also in Saudi Arabia, and there is a demand where they mix wood shaping residues with a plastic with some material to make the wood plastic, and it's a promising industry in the kingdom that can utilize a lot of these residues. Mushroom substrate, we have also used this media in our laboratory, and successfully we produce mushroom in the date, which can be then used as an animal feed after. Saudi Arabia, with its promising Vision 2030, aspire to achieve food security. Livestock business or sector play an influential role in achieving food security. Animal feed is considered the primary determinant of the growth of the animal production sector, as it contributes 70 to 80% of the total cost of production. However, Saudi Arabia, with limited water resources and pastures, manufactured animal feed represent the main product in which the depends, especially after the decision of limiting growing green fodder. So we have no fodders, we have no expansion in the barley and grown project. So we need a non-traditional method of increasing the animal feed. It's a priority now to meet our vision goal or strategic goal of food security. Non-conventional feed source must be brought into practice at a broader level, as animal can convert low quality feed to valuable product. Our research was applied last year in Diriyah city as a case study. Diriyah is the historical capital of Saudi Arabia. Suffer like other governorates of the kingdom from the practice of agricultural waste, normal practice, which is burning open fire. It was chosen as a case study during the project implementation. The project was totally funded by SABIC. An animal feed mobile pilot scale factory was assembled to be used during the project execution that consisted of grinder, mixer, and a pelletizer, as well as a diesel engine generator to be independent of the farm when we visit. So the project collaboration agreement was signed in April 4th, 2021. His Highness the Governor of Diriyah, His Excellency the President of King Saud University, and His Excellency the Vice Chairman and CEO of SABIC signed a cooperation agreement to utilize palm tree waste as partial part of animal feed. So there are some rules have to be taken into account when selecting a new material or animal feeding material ingredient. The compound feed must be appropriate to the type of animal, the age, and the purpose of the production. The production, whether meat, milk, eggs, is affected in quality and quantity by the feed material. Prices of feed material also needs to be taken into account. We need an economical feeding material that can sustain this sector. There also must be a general balance between components of the feed, from protein, energy, and fat. The number of substances included in the compound feed must be are important to be increased, because they make it more palatable to the animal. So the preliminary experimentations went through two stages. The research team were divided into two groups. The first group was to count the number of farms participating or in the area, target area, and the second group were in charge of modifying the material. So survey was conducted to determine the number of farms, location, number of palm trees, and the final product that they are interested in. 60% of the visited farms agreed to participate in the project and stop random farming, burning. 76% of them wants to convert palm tree residues into animal feed because they have animals. And as we know, animal feed prices has increased in the last 2 years, and breeders are struggling now. So the most important industry for them would be animal feed. They are most interested in that. So another preliminary experimentation was the material preparation. The second group collected the dry leaves, wash, dry, and grind to about 1.5 ml. 90% of the dry leaf powder with 10% crushed stone were prepared. Urea 4% diluted in water were sprayed uniformly to bring up the final moisture content to a range of 65 to 70%. It was piled and then covered with plastic sheets, or in small farms we put it just as simple as in plastic bags, sealed. Sealed bags to prevent airs and encourage the anaerobic degradation, whether biological and also chemical. The filled bags were left at least 2 weeks during the summer, and the duration increased in winter months to about 3 weeks. So the mixture was then opened and left to dry air for 4 days or until the ammonia smell disappeared. And this is known in animal science. 3 mixtures were designed, 10%, 20%, and 30% of the treated DPL powder were made and tested. Initial analysis shows that the final product not only nutritional value was good for the certain animals, a target animal, but also free of toxicity, heavy metals, and pesticide residues, because this is what our concern was. So it was concluded that 20 to 30% of date palm leaves powder can be treated, or can be, after treatment, can be included in the animal feed formulation. Also, 5% of unconsumable dates could be also added instead of the molasses. So before field work, our field team sit with each farmer and decide what kind of waste they have, what kind of animal, what type of final product they need. And then different animal recipe were developed for different animals, a group like cows, camels, sheep, and sometimes horses with less amount of DPL. as assembled pilot scale of Allah, I think I'm pressing faster than my time. رجعنا الأخضر. طيب برجع ورا هذا. أيوه. So after developing the animal feed recipe suitable for ruminant animals, the sample pilot scale factory arrived in site. All registered farms were visited. Farm workers were trained by the research team to choose the right waste treatment method. Each farm, we stated probably 2 to 4 weeks until they feel comfortable with it, and then try it with their animals, and they were very happy about the product. Our product, I don't know how to, if the video is, no. I don't think I'm going to try this. I have a small video. 33% of the visited farm appreciated the experiment and adopted the animal feed factory. And additionally, 24% at least liked the idea and they were negotiating the price. The rest of the farms were not sure if they can continue or change business. For the Dir'iyya area, and who knows the Dir'iyya probably know what I'm talking about. The implementation of this project contributes not to only solve the problem that facing breeders, but also had an economical and environmental importance to the kingdom. Conclusion and recommendation, of course, some recommendation. Palm residues are considered one of the available and renewable resource as a source of fiber and energy. Despite the low nutritional value, it can be improved by the treatment with several treatments, including the use of urea and then adding some other feed ingredients to meet animal nutritional value. All the visited farm welcome the idea. It's recommended when introducing a new animal feed for the first time, it should be done gradually over a transitional period of at least 2 weeks. And it is also recommended when feeding animal with pellets, provide 100 to 150 gram per head with any hay type such as alfalfa, or use the crushed DPL itself for each head as a coarse filler that help the rumination process. After the field work, 10 months of working in the field, the research team completed their mission and returned back to the university with their factory, mobile factory, waiting for the second phase. Thank you very much for your attendance, and I'm done. Thank you.
Prof. Fahad, thank you so much for giving a good presentations on animal feeds and other related to agriculture. So now the floor is open for Q&A. So if anybody have any questions, please ask to him. We have still time. Any questions? Okay. We'll take 2-3 questions. We have still time.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for the nice presentation. It's really a good experiment and the trial to convert, you know, the scientific science into projects that benefit the farmers. My question is for the, have you also used the feed for chicken, poultry, or only for animals general? And the second is what is your next step of this process? Shukran.
For animal ruminant animals, we can use, I said, up to 20 to 30%. However, for poultry, maybe it can be introduced no more than 5%. So I rather to use it for ruminant more, unless you pre-treatment. For next step is to do my own factory.
السلام عليكم. يوسف العبد الله تخيل، رئيس جمعية منتجية تمور بالقصيم ورئيس الشركة السعودية الأوروبية.
أهلا وسهلا.
My question is, do you add part of the manure to this to the feed for the whatever, you know, for the chicken or for the animals?
Do we?
Do you add part of the manure of the animal?
No. Actually, we have only dry leaves treated with stones, 5% unconsumable dates، التمور الغير مستهلكة مع النوى مع مطحون السعف، بالإضافة إلى نسبة من الشعير والبرسيم or whatever available in the, because we do, and our experimentation was in the field and the product is for the owner also, for the animal of the owner. So basically we sit together and use what available material available. We try to balance it only.
This is for not for the chicken, yes?
No, ruminant المجترات. نعم.
لأنه chicken لا, they eat the part of the manure.
بالعافية عليهم.
ها؟
نعم.
لأنه لما تصير chickens مفلوتة برا فهي تأكل أي شيء فما صح. فيها. عشان كذا أنا قلت لك
لا يدرون عيالنا ندريوا ما أكلوها.
لا ياكلون الدجاج العربي. هم اللي بالمشاريع ممتاز.
مسكر عليه.
لأنه المنور ينزل على طول.
نعم. الله يحفظك. الله يجزاك خير. شكرا جزيلا.
We can take one more question. One more question, we take it that. Last question.
السلام عليكم. علي عبد الله الشتوي جامعة الملك سعود. أولاً I would like to thank Dr. Fahad for a good, nice lecture. Have you used comparison diet or standard diet compare between this diet with standard?
Yes, Doctor, it's clear. Now, in the second phase, we are working with the Ministry of Environment and Agriculture, and hopefully we will get other people involved. We are doing a second phase, feeding this product to Naimi type in Al-Ammariya. Okay. And food, meat quality will be measured.
Have you evaluated the diet which we use?
Yes, of course.
So you can compare this is evaluation with the standard, and we'll see if there is a difference.
Well, our project objective was to utilize DPL, date palm leaves, residues, and stop burning, open burning. And in that matter, we really try to sit with other people. Some people are not feeding standard formula. They only feed with alfalfa or straws, any kind of straws. So we sat with them and gave a good utilization of this residues and completed the nutritional. But maybe in the future we can absolutely determine and compare it to other feedstock.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Dr. Fahad, thank you so much for giving a very good lecture, and we have a big applause for him. Okay, this is the token of a come there. We can have a any photographer. This is on behalf of the organizing committee. So after this we have